views and opinions of this show is not necessarily the views and opinions of the National Hockey League.
Yeah, but it should be.
Or sponsors. A Shot from the Point contains dark humor and foul language and is intended for mature audiences only. To summarize the previous, this isn't your grandma's radio show, and I'm not Foster Hewitt.
Nope! I couldn't do it! I couldn't stay away! Come on, let's do this.
You're listening to the most badass hockey podcast in all of no land. This is A Shot from the Point.
Coming at you on demand from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass hockey podcast in all the no man's land. This is A Shot from the Point. Thank you. I know you may have heard that we're not having an episode 10, that we're not having an episode this week. But that's not going to be in the case. But because the problem is, I can't let unfinished business go. I can't walk away with this. But there's another problem that I'm going to have to deal with. I don't have the sports insight of Dead on Dave. I don't have the comedic charms of Jersey Jake Link. And I don't have Jersey Jason Lech because he never answers his Twitter or freaking Facebook or whatever he wants to do. He's changing diapers. That's what he does. He changes diapers. Hey, getting back to what I was saying. I couldn't let it go. Too much happened in the National Hockey League. The National Hockey League. Yeah, I stole that from Scott Farrell. Yeah. Because I'm unoriginal and I need other broadcasters, if you want to call them back, podcasters, broadcasters, jerks I grew up with, jerks I know, to make me look good. That's what I need. So I'm flying solo, doing this myself. There's going to be no artist of the week because I don't want to. I don't think you can listen to me more than an hour anyway. I don't even know if we're going a full hour. We're going at least a half. And we're going to talk about everything that happened in the National Hockey League because we cannot get away from it. We cannot not talk about the Iginla trade. We cannot not talk about Sissy Crosby taking one to the jaw. Out indefinitely. We have to go over. The trade deadline is tomorrow. Wait a minute. Today Tuesday? Today's Tuesday. Yeah, it's tomorrow. We also got to talk about what we're going to do with this problem we're having. I'm spending way too much time editing this show. I'm spending way too much time in the weekends, which I don't have a lot of time. I'm neglecting family obligations. My daughter, my girlfriend, that's my family. And we might move this broadcast, and I'll make an official announcement on the channel. By the way, 100,000 hits in the channel. That is a fantastic milestone for A Shot from the Point. So like I said, getting back to what I said. I'm neglecting family. Did I say that already? I don't know. So I think it would be better to do this sucker on a Wednesday. Or at least release it by Wednesday. That means I'm going to have to stay up late. That's all right. I work nights. And we're going to see if we can make this happen. So any of you jokers that want to make a new commitment to this show, and I'm talking to my host directly, teamwork, time management is our enemy. And we must destroy him. We must beat him with a bat like he's a zombie. Hey, speaking of zombies, I guess this would qualify as nerd news. The Walking Dead is dead for season 3. And haven't heard a lot of negatives about the final episode. Wasn't as action-packed, I think, as a lot of people would have thought it would be. It did well from a story perspective. And don't worry. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but Daryl's dead. That's it's unfortunate. But, ha! You think I'd give you spoilers? Well, you don't know. Maybe Daryl's dead, Mary's not. You're going to go check it out. And the series is over. We're finished. We have to wait till October. Seems like a long time. Yeah. Seemed like it took forever to get here. Now it's gone already. So it's the only television show I can stand to watch. I absolutely find everything on TV a waste of time. But what about Game of Thrones? Yeah. Game of Thrones is played on World of Warcraft servers all over the place. So you can have it. You can keep it. I'll stick to old episodes of The Sopranos and Walking Dead for as long as I can stand it. And as soon as it starts to suck, I will let you know. Because in some ways it does suck already. I just haven't been irritated enough by it yet. Fun show. What do you say? Let's get into some hockey? Yeah. I think it's time. Let's do this. Let's get in to the National Hockey League and other hockey stuff that I tend to enjoy. What do you say, folks? The first time I'm doing the sound effects and stuff live. I'm very impressed with myself. Everything's live. Could you tell the other stuff was edited in? I bet you could.
Well, then get the fuck out of here, then.
All right. Let's get the fuck out of here, then. Oh! Said a curse word. All right. Big trade happened in the NHL this week. Of course, you've heard about it more times than you care to. Jerome McGinley, one of my favorites, comes to the Atlantic, the Pittsburgh Penguins, in a trade that makes the Pittsburgh Penguins simply look stacked. They talk about a lot about teams on paper. There is simply no team on paper that is more frightening than this team. But it doesn't come without its share of controversy, especially in Bostonian land, one of my favorite places on earth, as you've seen in some of my past videos. Well, Boston fans are not too happy. Apparently, Iginla gave a list to the Calgary Flames where he'd like to go. I guess Boston was one of them. And he nixed it last minute. Boston benched the two players that were headed to Calgary on that game, expecting that the trade would become official. They were notified after the game that it had been nixed. Again, it had been traded to Pittsburgh. And people were really upset in Boston land. And me and Jake talked about this extensively in the show that we ended up scrapping. And Jake brought up, do you think there's any racial reasons behind this? And as much as I hate talking about politics, I said that I wasn't sure. I didn't think so. But it did cross my mind. When you look at the Ward situation last year, Ward eliminates the Boston Bruins with a OT goal. Real exciting series. Knocked out the Stanley Cup champs. And a tirade of angry Boston fans send racist tweets. Ward's family or ethnicity being from Barbados. He's a Barbados Canadian, as far as I know. You do have to wonder, with the Gillen being from Nigerian descent, did this play a role in his decision not to go to Boston? Now, we'll never know that for sure. I'm sure Gillen would be smart enough not to say such a thing. But Boston's reputation precedes them. And they're kind of perceived more and more as the years go by as a very segregated, you have your Irish part of town, you got your Italian part of town, you got your black, you got your Hispanic, and don't you dare come into my town. Don't you, that's just kind of the way Boston is. And when you see stuff like that, I really wonder if that didn't play into his. I mean, if he has a bad game over there, what happens? Now, I don't know. I'm just speculating here. And as Jake says, Boston's a prettier girl right now. I mean, Pittsburgh's the prettier girl right now. And although supposedly it was a much better deal for Calgary, he decides to go to Pittsburgh, shop in the Point. I think all the members of Shop in the Point, Dave, Jason, Jake, and me, I think I could speak for all of them. We wish them the best of luck, except maybe against the Rangers and the Devils. The hardest part for me is I would love to see a Stanley Cup ring around Ginla's fingers. He is really one of the best players in the last 16 years. He's kind of been overshadowed ever since 2005 with the Crosby-Ovechkin thing. But this guy, I mean, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's a spectacular player. He's old-time hockey. 50-some-odd fights in his career. This is not something you see from modern stars. You know?
Sure, old-time hockey. Like Eddie Shore.
Yeah. I like Jerome. And I like him because he wins fights, too. He kicks ass. He didn't just stick up for his teammates. He kicks somebody's ass. He'll knock you out. Starting with the sound effects. And we wish the best for him. So there's the controversy. Within a minute and a half of this game, or something like that, the Ginla trade was completely overshadowed. Because Jesus Christ himself got injured. First shift, Crosby's down low on the left side looking for a pass. Deflection comes up and hits him right in the tooth. And there goes the tooth. And then they had to resurface the ice with all those pretty teeth on the ice. And the Pittsburgh announcers completely forgot about Ginla after that. And they started talking about how the Pittsburgh Penguins will go on without Sidney Crosby. How will they do it? Well, shit, shut down the whole NHL then. You know, I got to be honest with you. A lot of this isn't... I complain about Sissy a lot. And some of it's not even all his fault. The way the league drools over this guy is just unbelievable. And there's way more. Ovechkin's a much more entertaining player than him. And they portray him as this tough guy. He's not a tough guy. In fact, he's been a better player this year since he's toned down the tough guy act. Because that's what it was. And Sidney Crosby's not a classy player either. Like Wayne Gretzky. Like some of the stars we've seen in the past. Sidney Crosby, this stunt he pulled with, what was it, Scott Hartnell? I forget. Keith Alcoin? He knocked his glove away when he's going to pick it up. He dives regularly. Draw penalties. You can remember an incident with Henrik Lundqvist. When, it must be pretty intimidating when a European comes over to him. He's like, "Get off the ice, you pussy!" And then that created kind of a big to-do on the Ranger ice. And, Crosby was, pushed around like, yeah. So, oh, God. There's nothing I could do. Like, there's nothing I can do. Jake doesn't talk, so I can't take my sip of coffee. So you have to listen to my sip of coffee. Isn't that hard? Yeah. So, Crosby breaks his jaw. The whole NHL. Oh, that's right. I didn't report that. It did turn out. And I said to my girlfriend at the time, I've had an injury similar to this. Want to hear it? Ooh. Yeah, I broke my jaw. That's wicked TMJ that I got after I snapped it after blocking a shot. And my injury was 6 weeks. And I don't think I got to play again for another 10 to 15, if I'm not mistaken. That might have more to do with the schedule at the time. And I'm not going to sit there and say Crosby's not a tough guy if he doesn't come back earlier than that, because I certainly don't know the situation. We don't know the damage. And I got to be honest with you. The swelling that comes along with a broken jaw is intense. I felt it months, like 6 or 7 after I broke my jaw. So I'm going to say right now that if we see Sidney Crosby, it probably won't be till the second round of the playoffs. Ooh! Yeah. No, I don't think so, guys. I don't think you're going to see him. It's not a serious injury in the sense that it'd be long-term, it's career-threatening or anything like that, but it is nagging and it is painful. And if he takes a hit, not even in the jaw, on the boards, open ice, everything hurts. Everything rattles when you get an injury like this. It sucks. So, expect to see Sidney. All right, that's wrapping up the Iginla trade. A lot of people in Calgary complaining. Iginla goes over to Pittsburgh for, I guess, a copy of EA's NHL 97 and a bunch of Sidney Crosby hockey cards that have already been in the bicycle spokes. And just today, I wake up and I find out that Jay Bouwmeester has been dealt to St. Louis. I guess the real fire sale is not in Buffalo. It's really been in Calgary. Calgary is obviously going with some kind of youth movement. And even with this trade, there has been some complaints that Calgary's not getting their worth for it. Bouwmeester, nice defenseman. And things like, I guess, salary cap plays into that. Big, smooth, skating defenseman. And I tell you, Detroit shouldn't be too happy about that. A guy like going to have to deal with a guy like Bouwmeester, because what I saw from Detroit this weekend was disgusting. On Gordie Howe's birthday, they lose to the Chicago Blackhawks 7-1. Now, I don't expect them to beat the Blackhawks or beat them down, but I would expect them to. That's right. And they didn't. Datsuk looked like he wanted to play in the KHL that day. It was quite an embarrassing performance. And now they got to worry about a St. Louis team, because St. Louis is a very solid hockey team. So they miss out in the trade. Bouwmeester goes to St. Louis. And we move on. Also overshadowed by this epic deal for Pittsburgh was the Brendan Morrow trade. Earlier in the week, Pittsburgh picks up Brendan Morrow. He's spent 13 years as a Dallas Star. Lots of leadership ability. Stacked. They just look stacked. Rangers going to beat them? No. Devils going to beat them? No. Who's going to beat them? Who's going to beat them? What are they going? It's ridiculous. Who's going to beat them? Even without Crosby. Penguins pick up Brendan Morrow. I guess they're collecting all the captains in the league. I don't know. I guess that's the plan. Good for them. Nothing will be sweeter if they lose. I mean, nothing. I can't think of anything more wonderful if they were to lose. Devils lose Ilya Kovalchuk for 2 to 4 weeks. This is a huge blow for the Devil hockey team. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Ranger fan. This is a big blow for this team that's had a lot of trouble scoring goals. They have been able to keep it together. They've been able to be in a safe playoff spot. But you got to wonder, even if you make it, if you don't have the Zach Parises and the Ilya's Kovalchuks. Wasn't he Kovalchuk in Florida, and now he's Kovalchuk? I don't know. The Devils really, they got problems scoring goals. Don't think for a minute they're not going to make the playoffs. It's a well-coached team. Very good goalie if he's healthy. And could do some damage. But the skill portion of their team has been deeply diminished. And doesn't look like it's going to be improving. More trade rumors. Luongo, Roberto Luongo. Vancouver Divers have been looking to get rid of these guys for a long time. Look at this guy. He's got all-star skills, but playoff, not so much. So they're going to do anything they can do to get rid of him. But who wants him? Who needs him? We can't really build a team around him. He's not that good a goalie. And if he was that good a goalie, he wouldn't be fighting for a job from Corey Schneider. No, he wouldn't. Not at all. Martin St. Louis, we mentioned last week. We mentioned last week, why hasn't Martin St. Louis been mentioned in the trades? This week he was. Don't know where he's going either. But he's a likely candidate to get traded because it's 37 years old. He's fourth or third in assists last time I checked. And he's probably not going to be more valuable. The wave of the future. The wave of the future is Steve Stamkos. Martin St. Louis is the past. Might be a good idea to get rid of him and move him on. The other guy is the underperforming Ryan Clough. There's San Jose Sharks. Clough, you can really San Jose had a great start. You remember they were undefeated for a while in regulation. You have to wonder if they wouldn't be able to keep a little better pace with the Ducks and Chicago of the world if Clough was a little more productive. Other mentions are Miller, goaltender in Buffalo. I wonder if he's got the same problem. Although Jake's mentioned Miller would be a good fit in New Jersey, make a transition. I don't think that's a bad deal. I don't know if Jersey could pull that kind of move. I don't know what. I don't know. But they're going to, Marty's getting old. They're going to need to replace him eventually. And last but not least, Marian Gaborik, New York Rangers. Who'd want him? Maybe Calgary. Who'd want him? He's almost been invisible to the New York Rangers in the last couple games. Thanks to Derek Stepan. He's the only reason anybody's paying any attention to them. Anybody's paying attention to him. What do you get for him? I don't care. I don't care if we lose him. I don't care about Richards either. I don't feel sorry for them. Every time I listen to Joe Micheletti on the MSG show, oh, that's the kind of game that Richard, he's got such bad. No, he sucks. And Gaborik sucks too. They're a big reason that the Rangers are in the position that they are. It is a bigger reason than losing Brendan Pross, and it's a bigger reason than acquiring Rick. I'm thinking, oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm thinking Walking Dead. Rick Nash. It's a much bigger reason. They're powerful forwards that are not powerful. Although, I don't even know how Richards became a star in this league. If you look at his stats. Go look at his stats. Did he score 30 goals once? Jesus. He's a frontline guy? You couldn't hold Nash's jockstrap. Very disappointed. Like to see more from him. He looks like he needs a surfboard. Like California Beach, he doesn't look like a hockey player. At least not lately. Rangers big trouble. All right, earlier in the week, former Ranger Sean Avery, after a 3-0 loss to the Montreal Canadiens, where they whipped their monkey ass, with some Ranger monkey ass all over the place. Avery gets on Twitter, says this, fire this clown. His players hate him. They won't play for him. Beep. I guess that's the whatever. And then Rangers captain Ryan Callahan, who's had a spectacular season, had a really beautiful goal last night. Exceptionally. Yeah, well, really good for Ryan Callahan, I'll tell you that. Nice shorthanded goal. Hustle all year, maintain a captain. He stands up and he says, He don't speak for the team. He didn't speak for the team when he was here, and he certainly doesn't speak for the team why he's doing an internship for some fashion magazine or whatever the hell he's doing now. Sean Avery is who Sean Avery is. I can't help to wonder for a minute that Sean Avery's not up to something, because there does seem to be a passion, a lack of spirit on the New York Ranger team. A lack of... They're not fighting. Not even just literally, just mentally anything. They don't seem passionate about the game, and it does make me wonder if they don't. If people are sick of Tortorella.
Get the fuck out of here, then.
Well, John, it might be you. That being said, Ryan Callahan did the right thing, and he got out there and he told them, he don't speak for us. In fact, Avery, as much as I find him really entertaining, he's kind of a douchebag. Yeah. But Ryan stands up for his coach, and he should, whether everybody hates him or not. Whether Callahan hates him, that's the kind of that's why Callahan is one of the better Ranger captains I've seen. Yeah. I mean, look, everybody knows old Captain Mark Messier might be one of the greatest leaders in sports. I'm not definitely comparing to them, but I'm not comparing them to him. I'm working on my English here, folks. But he's definitely a better leader than Brian Leach was. Ooh! Not impressed with Brian Leach's work at captaincy. Nope. Let's get into some funnier stuff. Dustin Penner tweets, I guess before he went to the White House of the Los Angeles Kings. After careful consideration, I've decided not to visit the White House today for political reasons. LOL. Just kidding. I'm not an idiot. Free trip. I'm in. Well, yeah, I guess he wanted to rip old Tim Thomas. Poor Tim Thomas. Yep. Get used to getting goofed on. And not just for not going to see the president. I could care less about that. I don't think anybody else, if that's the way you feel, that's the way you feel. But, when you do something like take a leave of absence from hockey via Facebook and don't let the Bruins management know, it kind of makes your decision not to see the president a little kooky, because that's a little kooky to kind of break up your job via Facebook. Imagine if I did that. Oh, I'm not showing up to work there on Facebook. And you got traded, you don't show up with the Islanders. I mean, it's really unfortunate. It's not right. And if you are a man of conservative principles, and by the way, I like people with conservative principles, libertarian principles, you should be living out your contract, because your word and your writing on a piece of paper is worth something. Barring some kind of tragic family event, you should have been in a Bees uniform this year, and you should not have done what you've done. Your politics, it doesn't really concern me. I probably agree with a lot of them. But that's, you really disappointed me, Tim. Really disappointed me. Other funny stuff. Tuukka Rask gets a shot from the point epi. Please check that out. Check it up in the box. Check it up on the screen. I'll put it up there for you. Tuukka Rask gets an epi. Real happy with him. He loses to Montreal in a shootout and has like a flashback to his Providence Bruins days. Completely freaks out. Goes nuts. Yeah. That's for you. That's for you, brother. What else? This coming out of Switzerland. No punishment for a Swiss player who paralyzed Ronnie Keller. Oh, boy, I got mixed feelings on this. And the Swiss authorities were thinking about charging Stefan Schneider, the man who checked Keller into the corner. This is in the National Liga B. I guess it's a minor leagues. They do things a lot differently over here. Hockey's run very similar to soccer. You can move up and down through leagues based on your team and where your standings are. I'm not going into it now. So Keller is now a permanent paraplegic. Forget hockey. He's probably going to be fed for the rest of his life. And this is really tragic and really unfortunate. I do agree with in the spirit, if someone gets paralyzed through a legitimate accident, bad things happen in hockey games and all sorts of sports. I mean, we all know about this guy does basketball. Guy's bone popped out of his leg. I can't. I haven't even had the courage to watch the tape yet. And I got a pretty good stomach for that stuff. But I got to be honest with you, and I'll leave the clip up there, and I've left it up there before. I want you to tell me what you think. On this hit, the Schneider hit on Keller, because I think it's unnecessary contact in the corner. So I'll leave that link up on the YouTube screen. Check it out. It's the way it works. All right. Damn Boyle flat. I don't care about that story. It's stupid. Guy Brochu dismissed from Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah, he was. Well, Tampa's underperforming. They're fighting for a playoff spot. They got some of the highest, most potent scorers in the league. Coach gets axed. In fairness to Brochu, I don't think anybody, I've said it before, really should be judging this season. It's just such a wild season, starting in late January, and it's just tough for, as the New York Rangers, it's tough to gel. So Brochu moves on. Hope things work out for him. Good guy. Good guy. I don't know who the hell he is. All right. This is fascinating. All right. I'm probably saying this guy's name wrong because I'm a lousy broadcaster. One of the Ottawa Senators owners claims he's going to be using forensic doctors to prove that Matt Cook's skate deliberately cut Carlson. They're pissed off in Ottawa. Really amazing how the Senators are holding up under all these injuries. The Anderson injury, Carlson, Spence has been out for a while. I don't know. Is he even back yet? Jason Spencer? Good job over there in Ottawa holding it together. It's good stuff. Might look like a very different, powerful hockey team going to the playoffs. But yeah, they're going to the playoffs. Sure. Let me get this right. Let me read you this quote by Malik, the owner. You watch. It may be public. It may not be public. But it's between me and the league. I think it was intentional. But you have to be able to prove it. And all the television angles that you saw, you can't see it. It was so fast. But the force that the skate had through the sock, the sub-sock, then the skin, the muscle, and then you get to the tendon? Man, this guy's either really good or he's very lucky to be able to do that. Medlick continued. Look, they're very fair when it comes to this. They'll listen to you. But you have to come back with professional advice by doctors, forensic doctors that can do it. You know, it's actually being done in Toronto. Woohoo! Yeah. I'm glad they're on it. How about one more time? CSI, baby! All right. Good luck. All right. Phoenix Coyotes may be on the move. About time. Nobody likes them. Except Kyle, who I don't even talk to that much anymore on Facebook. I guess he's moved on. Here's my problem with this. The teams, the cities have been mentioned. Quebec City. Hey, great, Canadian. I like that. Seattle. Hipster town. And Kansas City. All right. Quebec, great, Canadian city. But the reason they don't have a team anymore is because they weren't supported well enough. And they split to Colorado, won a bunch of championships, produced some of the greatest players, Sakic, Forsberg, that whole thing. Yeah, that whole thing. Why are you going to put a team going to do that? And how long ago was it, 96? I guess we're pushing 20 with that. But it hasn't been 20 years. That's why you lost the team. Kansas City, another one. Was it with the Kansas City Scouts? Yeah, I forget. My NHL history is not as sharp as it used to be. I don't have jersey Jason Letchier. Fail. That's all that was. Yeah. Epic fail. Didn't work out. So why are we going to put another team there? Well, I guess they're ready for it now. I don't know. Like Atlanta was the second time. Atlanta wasn't ready for it the second time. They don't like hockey down south. They like fucking football. Jerk. Seattle. All right, it's a new market. I don't know about you. I don't know. Jason says that all the hipsters like hockey now, so maybe it'll work out. I don't know. I think I would like Seattle if I went there, but I wouldn't want to talk to anybody. I think I just kind of enjoy what's around me. I just wouldn't want to deal with anybody. So, expect the very quiet this year, these Phoenix Coyotes. Not hearing anything from Shane Doan or any of those jerks, which I'm sure Dead on Dave is very happy about. So, we'll see. So long. Farewell. Zuccarello. Matt Zuccarello was brought back for the Rangers in a desperate bid by John Tortorella to inject anything into this Ranger hockey team. This coming from Jeff Z. Klein. Zuccarello he's played, 2 games now. He's actually looked reasonably good. He just doesn't look like he fits out there. Hope it works. Rangers had a big win last night against the Winnipeg Jets. Came out firing. Played with a lot of passion. I don't know if Zuccarello is the reason, but he did play well. He's an interesting playmaker. Reminds me of a kind of a little hyperactive Mark Savard. Another guy the Rangers have they should never got rid of. Along with Zubov. We wouldn't get into that. I could go all night. But it does look desperate. It looks like the Rangers are desperate. Wayne Fleming, long-time NHL assistant coach, passed away at the age of 62. Brain cancer. That's really unfortunate. Fleming being a part of the NHL for a long period of time. And worked under Guy Brosseux for a while, if I'm not mistaken, Tampa Bay Lightning. Minnesota's women's hockey team, what was it, Minnesota Gophers or, University of Minnesota. The Gophers. 49 wins in a row. And this year they went 41-0. That's pretty damn impressive. I don't care if you're a man or woman. That's good stuff. 41-0. Championship. Ain't much to prove, man. Means you're a serious ass kicker. Jake asked me would I watch like a version of the double, they have the WNBA in the summertime. Would I watch like a summer women's league? And no, I wouldn't. They don't hit, and they're too slow. Not their fault. Fundamentally, I'm sure they're as good as any men, but just can't dig it. And they wear cages and stuff. And you can't see boobies. I don't care one way or another. I do watch it sometimes when in between Olympic thing, but not very exciting. But that being said, very good. Good stuff. Congratulations. I don't have to like it, but I can still be impressed. What else we got? Scott Hartnell congratulates ex-wife on the end of his divorce payments. Scott Hartnell, one of the great characters in the National Hockey League today. Let's welcome his ex-wife's Twitter account to the real world. Hashtag payments over. Hashtag Powerball winner. Hashtag long hair don't care. Oh, man, there's a lot of people out there want to send that tweet, I'm sure. A lot of. Michael Richards, what does he play for the Kings? He sent all the hearts a retweet or a support. Welcome to the real world 101. Number 1, get a job. 2, pay for your own things. 3, stop taking money from people. Good luck. Yeah, that's true. A lot of girls sucking off these athletes. These guys need training courses. These guys need gold digger defense courses. I don't know if she's a gold digger or not. She probably is. Shit, I made no money in the Army. And I got gold dug. Oh. But, what the hell is this? Fan tosses moose leg on ice during junior game. This is by Greg Wyshynski of Puck Daddy. Hockey fans are known for throwing a eclectic array of items on the ice. Millions of hats, sausages, waffles, octopi, dead ducks, and even a dead shark with a dead octopus in its mouth. That's pretty cool. I missed that one. That must happen at a Sharks game. On Monday night, in the Paz, the town of northern Manitoba, an OCN Blizzard of Manitoba Junior Hockey League defeated the Dolphin Kings to force Game 7 in their playoff season. So excited were the fans about to turn. Yeah, let me read this again. So excited were the fans about this turn of events that one of them tossed a severed moose egg on. What's going on in Canada? And here it is, a severed moose leg. Is killing moose illegal in Canada? I guess that's a good big thing. I don't know. They look scary to me. They mess with moose. They're like as big as cars. Or bigger. Yeah, just let you know what's going on in those country parts of Canada. Creepy. LA Kings acquire defenseman Robin Ranger from Buffalo. It's a killer trade. Yeah, that's killer stuff. Well, let's see if there's any latest news. And then we're going to bag this sucker. I'm checking right now. Doing the old Google search. There doesn't seem to be any major. Mikita Kiprusoff, Calgary Flames, has been given permission to speak directly to the Toronto Maple Leafs. So the fire sale continues from the Flames. I guess they're just going to get rid of everybody. They're getting rid of everybody over there in Calgary. I guess they're going with a youth movement. Well, and that's the really only earth-shattering news since I last collected news. A severed moose egg? What's going on there? It's creepy. Yeah, that's about it. Yep. All right. You know what that means. Yeah. Let's end the news. That's the weekend news. Yeah, there we go. That's our new sound effect. Because I'm a master of production. Oh boy, it is kind of weird not being here with any of my hosts. I'll be honest with you, but I had to kind of give it a shot. I had to try to fly solo. I had to see how it went, how it sounded, how it did. So far, I think it sucks. Hey, let me know. Let me know something if haven't. Geez, I only did 40 minutes. I really kind of wanted to do an hour. That's unfortunate. I said I was going to not do the audio files, but I think I will. I think I'll do one of them. Let's see. Is there an audio file I can do? Did I delete it like an idiot? No. Yes, I did. Moron. Found it. Good job. I just didn't pause the show and then go look it up. No, that was all live. All right. This is interesting. Jake's gonna be mad at me because I know he wants to cover this. But the North American Hockey League, a game between the Austin Bruins and the Bismarck Bobcats. Bruins leading scorer Brendan Whalen was addressed in a 5-minute major for checking from behind. I don't know. I thought the hit was clean, but it's really tough because this isn't exactly NHL camera angles. It's not at all. And I want you to listen to this clip because it's it's a damn riot.
Blom.
Checked into the wall by Wallen! Oh my God, no! Wallen's jumped dead center! Oh no, they gotta save Wallen! It was a clean hit! 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 It was a clean hit!
Well,
It was a clean hit!
the Bruins announcer goes on to say this. It was a clean hit 16 times in a row.
It was a clean hit! It was a clean hit!
Boy,
It
people
was a clean hit!
piss and moan about Emmerich and Rosen being homers. What about this jerk? Let me check this hit out again. I want to see it one more time. It wasn't. It was a clean hit. He's right. No.
Oh my God, no!
No, he's right.
Wallen's jumped dead center! Oh,
He looks like...
they gotta save Wallen!
Is it really from behind? It's
It
tough to
was a
tell.
clean hit! It was a clean
But he didn't hit him like on the nameplate or anything. He hit him kind of like
It was a clean
just behind the shoulder. But I guess he got a 5-minute major anyway.
It was a clean hit!
I think it was a clean hit.
It was a clean hit!
And apparently the Bruins announcer thinks it was too. I guess that's our NHL audio files or our shortened version of it. There doesn't seem to be anything else terribly important going on. Let's talk about the playoff race, not the teams that are pretty much in. In the East, turn conference. The top teams being Pittsburgh, Montreal, with the exception of Winnipeg, because they're only in there because they leave the conference. They're only with 38 points. Pittsburgh, Boston, Ottawa, they're pretty safe position. The contenders are Carolina, the Islanders, Washington. The Rangers are barely in there, tied with the Islanders. Jersey, I think, will be safe, but who knows? They go on a losing streak, they're in big trouble. But these teams are climbing back in it. Washington, Ovi's been really hot. He's really turned the season around. Might be too little, too late. Philadelphia, I'm declaring them dead. Buffalo, dead. Tampa, dead. Florida's been dead for about 3 weeks. In the West, St. Louis has the 8th seed. Detroit has number 7, but they got 41 points. Well, Edmonton has 37 points, and they have the 9th seed going in. A lot more open in the West. Nashville had a pretty good run in the playoffs last year. They're struggling to stay in there. Haven't too much. Phoenix, I'm declaring them dead. Calgary's just giving away the whole team. Colorado's officially dead as well. They're not going to be doing much of anything. The highlight of their season is knocking out the streak of the Chicago Blackhawks. Yeah, that's pretty much all they did. Well, that's what's going on there. And Sidney Crosby, even with a broken jaw, laying in bed, and I don't know, checking out his new teeth, I'd imagine. I wonder if his new teeth will be as big as the old ones. And I don't even hear any crap about making fun of Chris. You know, people lose their teeth playing hockey. Stop crying. Jesus. Just goofing. Just goofing.
How dare you?
Yeah, shut up, you old bag.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you?
How dare you? Stay away from my game.
You're fucked.
Yep. Crosby leading with points. Probably shooing for the even if Stamkos passes him, and he probably will, because I don't think we're going to see Crosby in the playoffs. I think you're pretty much sure Sidney Crosby is going to get the Hart Trophy this year. Chris Kunitz, Pittsburgh having a spectacular season over there. One of the reasons Pittsburgh's playing as well as they are. It's kind of a surprise season from Kunitz with 44 points. Patrick Kane leading the fourth spot with 43 points. Martin St. Louis right behind him. Well, tied with 43 points, so what have you. Stamkos leads the league goal, 25s. Great season. John Tavares, New York Islanders, great player for the New York Islanders. Real classy guy. Classier in Sydney. 22 goals. Chris Kunitz, 20 goals. Again, great season. Jeff Carter's got 20 goals in L.A. Big reason they turned it around over there. L.A.'s going to the playoffs. Baby. And right behind him in the number 5 spot, Patrick Kane. Kunitz is also leading the league in, God, could you make a case to Chris Kunitz should be the MVP? Chris Kunitz leading plus minus. Right behind Sid the Kid. Who's at 26. Anderson still leading goal against average, but he's been hurt a lot. Corey Crawford, number 2, 1.97. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's a very defensive-minded team. A lot of people forget that about Chicago. One of the keys to their success. Tuukka Rask, Epi winner, number 4 spot, 2.02. Ray Emery right behind him, Chicago backup. Recently lost his first game. Chicago backup, 2.09. And Anderson of Ottawa, is he back in net? No, I don't think he is. 95%, 0.952. Excellent. Yeah. Wins. I don't know. Looks like a dumb stat. Those are the biggies. And that's it. I think we're going to bag this sucker. What do you think? I think it's time to end this. Oh, that's a music video. All right. Shot from the point, baby. Bring on. On. Yeah. Love that music. You know why I love that music? Because it comes from JohnFreemanMusic.com. 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 John Freeman is a musician, and if you check him out on JohnFreemanMusic.com, he is going to give you what it takes to run a really cool podcast. One of the great things about buying your own music is, especially on like a YouTube, is you don't, get that little letter in the mail from Paramount Pictures or Columbia Records saying that you owe them like $500,000 one of your videos or take off. So check out JohnFreemanMusic.com. He can make you a song just as badass as this. It's like going to Pep Boys. You know, you go in there and you're like, hey, my car goes, and the guy's like, yeah, I know what it is. That's what JohnFreemanMusic.com does for music. That's right. Yeah. My favorite part right there. All right. Yeah. Jake Lee Comedy. At Jake Lee Comedy. Check him out on Twitter. Hire. Funny guy. He's real funny guy. The funniest. Love this man. Says a lot of funny things in the show. He's a hockey mind. And a comedic genius. At Jake Link Comedy on Twitter. At Jake Link Comedy. Check him out. Hey, no disrespect to Jake. I know he doesn't know I was going to record the show, but I just couldn't stand not doing it. I wanted to see if I could do it solo. I don't know what I did. I don't know how it goes. But also look for a shot from the point coming from a new day. I think we're going to try to put it out on Wednesdays. I think that's going to be better for everybody. Wednesdays. Shot from the point. Look for the announcement. No show this weekend. But, it'll probably be out on Tuesday today, so we'll start putting it out on Wednesdays next week. Wednesdays or Tuesdays. You'll get the details as soon as I know them. Me and Jake got to get down to business. And all you other bitches out there, you Daves and the Jays in the world. Got to set dates, times. Got to get into it. We're a team. We're a team, baby. Hey, you like the show? Share the show. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, because we're on all three. Want to get in touch with me directly? I'm at Jersey Ghost, JerseyGhosts. At Jersey Ghost on Twitter. I tweet hockey stuff. I don't know. Whatever. I don't even like Twitter all that much, I'll be honest with you. That's like kind of Jason's thing. Not mine. No. But yeah, spread the word. We talk hockey like you're supposed to. We say that Sidney Crosby has big teeth and he's not that important to the NHL. Because most of you hockey fans know that already. Most of you know that hockey's bigger than any one player. There's a lot of funny stuff that goes on. A lot of goofy stuff. You know it. I know it. Stop listening to these goofballs, these sports announcers. Self-righteous, knows what's good for everybody. Actually believe they know something more. It's a hockey game. It's sports. It's subjective. We recognize that on Shopping the Point. We have a damn good time doing it. It's always fun. Paul? So share us. Let's get the word out. Let's make this a community. Let's make it big. Get involved. And all you Canadian bitches out there. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Get involved. I want to grow this bitch. I need peoples. You can do it right from your laptop. Peoples. People. Dan, did I get everybody? Well, I got no artist of the week. Hey, look for the old artist of the week and the NHL audio, or the hockey audio files. I don't want to call them NHL. The hockey audio files to continue next week when we put our next badass show together. Playoffs are coming, folks. It's going to be sick. It's going to be crazy. You're going to like it. Stay tuned. Shop the Point just got his 100,000 hit on the channel. That's a milestone, folks. It's a big milestone. And I dig it. Very proud. Very proud. Very proud, man. You should be proud, too. Huh? All right. Looks like we almost, Hey! Thank you very much for listening. Hope you enjoyed the solo show. I enjoyed doing it. And be sure to tune in next time for episode 11 where we bring back Big Jersey Jake Link and bring more hockey madness to you. See you later, bitches!